Welcome back, guys, to part 8. As you can see, the car's off the hoist, so I'll quickly bring you guys up to speed on what I did, and then we'll continue to pick up here. So I started making the exhaust. The factory front pipe actually fit, clears the steering box and everything, which I'm quite surprised about, because I remember back in the day when I used to do this, I used to have to modify these to clear the steering arm. But this one out of the 1979 929 actually fits and clears. So I've got a V-band and some mandrel bends, some 2-inch tube, just old stuff that I had laying around. Gonna build an exhaust. I've got these brand new V-bands that I had in stock. Just need a muffler, which might have a muffler before the end of the weekend, so hopefully the exhaust will be done this weekend. Got a brand new clutch master cylinder, brand new clutch slave cylinder. Gonna be turning the key and kicking the clutch this weekend. I can feel it. Gonna have a driving car. So I got to about here with the exhaust and I realized that I need the shocks in, so I don't make an exhaust that's gonna be in the way of the shocks. So what I've decided to do, I'm putting all the shocks and the brakes and everything back together just so I've got a functioning car. And then if anything doesn't work, I'll replace it. So just giving the shocks a quick rattle can black. I'm gonna suss out wheel fitment and tire fitment and all of that and lower the car and then replace the shocks after that. So that's where I'm at with that. I'll put the shocks back in so I can finish the exhaust, lower it down, chuck the clutch master and slave in, winning. Just got on Facebook Marketplace, found this muffler around the corner, literally 2 seconds away from the shop, 25 bucks. Exactly what I need. And the guy, when I got there, he had this sort of like, looks like it's brand new hot dog muffler, but it's just got a bunch of like plastic crap melted to it. Like sometimes these come wrapped up in plastic. So I don't know what the go is there, but he's like, oh, you can have it. So I actually gave him an extra 10 bucks because I was like, no, I can't take free stuff. But yeah, on the weekend when all the suppliers and everything are shut, Facebook Marketplace getting it done. Hashtag, is this still available? I got a package. I know what it is too. It's my quarter window. Obviously can't do this with one hand. Sick. Now I'm gonna put my rear left-hand door together. That fixes my fail. Massive thanks to a gentleman named Luke on Facebook who hooked me up with this. Sends it off in the post for me. Cheers, mate. This is crazy. Once I scraped all the crappy, almost like plastic packaging that had melted to this, it's brand new inside. Like it's never been on a car. It's perfectly like mint, like brand new inside. That's crazy. If that muffler could talk, huh? I wonder what happened to it. Either way, it'll work out good for me. All right, so I've got all the basic fab done. Got the hot dog in. Exhaust hugs the floor pretty tight. Bracket goes up over the diff, clears the shock. Second bracket, another V-band. Got the cannon on there. Another mount up in there. Hopefully that should clear the bumper bar as well. If not, I might just have to chop it and lower it down a bit or something, but that's basically it. Weird making a 2-inch exhaust. I'm so used to working with 3-inch tube lately, but that should work really, really nice on this, this old motor. So one of the essential mods that I like to do on these old Mazdas with the struts is that you tap the studs out and weld a nut underneath here, and then that way, instead of having a stud sticking up through into the engine bay with a nut on it, you can put a bolt in, and then it just looks way better. And in my case, I'm gonna have Allen head bolts holding the strut in that match everything else, rather than a stud sticking up through here with a nut on it. It just looks so much nicer. The other essential mod is these cars
Always take wheel bolts. They don't have studs sticking out, and then they're a total nightmare trying to put the wheels on sometimes. And you can buy these little screw-in Allen head studs. Ask for them at any car parts store, you'll be able to get them or find them online. You just wind them in there with an Allen key. I put a bit of Loctite on them, and then that way you can just put a wheel on there and put a wheel nut on there like a normal car, because Mazda did that for some reason. I always thought it was dumb. So a lot's happened. The last 2 weeks have been a bit weird for me. I've been sick, the weather's been crap. I had to actually, I was out of space, and obviously because I got the RX-7 I needed some space, so I had this hoist sitting in the back corner that I had to actually install, put the RX-7 on it. The red HB is just hiding underneath. Got a plan for that, that's getting fixed. I wanted to rotor swap it, but everybody got crazy with me. They're like, nah man, fix it. So it's getting fixed. Anyway, the wagon, lots has happened. Lots and lots and lots. So as you can see, it's back on the ground. Struts are all back in. This is a pretty clear evidence that it's been running. Not running very well at the moment, got to figure that out, but it's been running. Went and visited Jay down at Low Standards the other day just to touch base with him. He picked up some cars recently, and there was literally these mint wagon tail lights just sitting inside one of the cars he got. And he's like, yeah man, you can just take them if you need them. So thank you so much, Jay. That's exactly what I needed for the car. As you can see, the back end's looking pretty good. Badges on, all of that stuff. Still gotta put all the trim in. I'm hoping today just to clean everything up, and just assemble wipers back on, chrome trims back on, try and get all the trim back in, you know, vacuum it out, all that kind of jazz. I got stuck into most of the wiring. It's pretty much done, it just needs tidying up. I had to go through the carby yesterday, pull it all apart, rebuild it. That's working. That's not my issue why the car's not running. Something's going on with the distributor, or I just seem to have really weak spark, and it's kind of doing my head in. I can't figure out why. Radiator, all painted black, came out nice. I might go thermofan eventually, but yeah, because I had the car running, obviously needed some form of cooling, so I just whacked the engine fan back on. But yeah, I think I'll just slowly keep piecing it back together today and have a fresh video up tonight, and should be pretty close. Other than some trivial things, I still need a grill, I still need to paint the headlight surrounds. I think the inside of the car at the back, this bit here needs to be painted green. So that's preventing me from putting these windows in at the moment. But I will just get as much done as I can, and soon be driving the car. All of the brakes are done. So brakes are in, clutch master cylinder and slave cylinders in. It's all in, it's all bled, it's all working. The accelerator cable's connected. So all the pedals are hooked up. Brake, because this car was originally auto, so clutch pedal, brake pedal, everything's hooked up. It's actually a driving car, which is pretty sweet. It's gonna look good in the sunshine. All right, so I've just had some alternator dramas. These brushes are worn out in this one. This is the one that was in the car. So I should be able to replace those. I've got a bigger, heavy duty alternator here that's in even worse nick, unfortunately. This one's got cactus bearings, but both of these should be repairable. Obviously, Sunday today, there's no shops open to get parts, so that's a tomorrow job. So I put all the cowl panel, wiper motor, wipers and everything back on, rear wipers back on. I've put the front bar on, and usually these cars have either a narrow bar about half the width of this with these black caps, or just a narrow chrome bar. I grew up on the later model 323s. I kind of like the fat bumper. I'm just about to
Put the rear bar on. I don't really have a good bumper. This bumper's pretty average. But again, because it's the fat bumper, I had to make my own brackets. I didn't get any brackets for this car. I don't know if they're factory brackets to suit a fat rear bumper. If you look at pictures, I'll chuck one up. They've usually got a nice slim bumper on the front and the back, but yeah, I just think I'm just used to the fat ones, so I think they look better. This is a 79 model, so this would have left the factory with a thin bumper but black caps. I'm pretty sure it was only the earlier models, the 77 and the 78, that had a full chrome bar. So all the wiring is basically done. I've just got to wrap it in some tape or put some of that convoluted black stuff on there that I like using. A few zip ties here and there just to hold it in. So that's basically ready to wrap all up. It should basically be turnkey. So there's no alternator on the moment, but the drama that I'm having, so the minute you touch the throttle, it dies. And I'm pretty sure, because I've been through the carby and rebuilt it all, the carby works. So it's spark related. It just seems to have no spark, and I don't know why. I've got new points, new condenser in there. Probably need a new cap and new leads. But yeah, it's got me a bit stumped. I'm not going to worry about it now. I'm just going to focus on some other things. But the car is pretty much a driving car now. All right, so I was just playing around. And if I pop the coil lead out while it's running, I get continuous spark. But if I take any one of the cylinder leads off, I get intermittent spark. So I think the cap's boned. So I'm going to chuck a set of leads and a distributor cap on this thing. It's already got new coil, new condenser, new points, new rotor buttons. So that's the rear bar on there. It's a bit of an average bumper, but that's all I've got at the moment. Let's try and find some better bumpers later. And I did dummy fit the bumper when I put the muffler on, but I think I need to move that muffler. Like, so it's maybe just flush with here. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe it looks good, just kind of stashed away under there. But yeah, didn't end up getting any more door trims on or anything, but quite a bit done today. So that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, check out these other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, helps me out heaps. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.